Okay, here comes our traditional African call and response. One more Sunday, this is it. Some translations of these words. Welcome. Be with us. Good health. Be at peace with your neighbor. Power to you. I'll call you, respond. Onga alakia, ashe, ashe. 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 Welcome to everyone with open arms. Welcome to everyone with open arms. Peace, love, goodwill to you. We're glad you come. Peace, love, goodwill to you. We're glad you come. Onga alakia, ashe, ashe. Onga alakia, ashe, ashe. Onga alakia, ashe, ashe. Onga alakia, ashe, ashe. Welcome to everyone with open arms. Welcome to everyone with open arms. Peace, love, goodwill to you. We're glad you come. Peace, love, goodwill to you. We're glad you come. Last one. Onga alakia, ashe, ashe. Onga alakia, ashe, ashe. Onga alakia, ashe, ashe. Onga alakia, ashe, ashe.
I didn't get tongue-tied. That's a lot of lafias in there. So good morning. Good morning, everybody, and welcome here this morning. I hope your summer is going well. We got a little refreshing rain last evening. Did anybody catch that double rainbow? Oh, it was mind-blowing. Yeah, we were at a concert at Fort Uncompahgre, and as it finished and we all turned around to leave, Mother Nature greeted us with this amazing rainbow. It's so beautiful. So there she is. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you so much. It's so wonderful to hear you put your ethereal touch on those beautiful, familiar songs. Thank you. Yeah. All right, so August is rolling in this week, and that means this is the first Wednesday coming right up, and it is Drumming Circle. Yeah, so much fun. So please join us at 7 p.m. and it's just a time to put some passionate prayer work into the rhythms of the drums and receive it and give it out. So I hope you can join us Wednesday at 7. Our CSL cookbook project is alive and well. We're right in the thick of it. So Joni is heading up this project, and she is looking forward to those recipes, your favorites, your mother's recipes, your auntie's recipes, your grandpa's recipes. Bring them in on the format. She has forms you can fill out, and that puts it in a way that she can get it rewritten up and published in our CSL cookbook that is going to be ready and in print and ready to go out to friends and families for Christmas. How about that? Doesn't that sound like a great idea? Thank you, Joni. So do visit with Joni if you have any questions about that. Okay, I think that's it. Let's speak our vision statement together. This center offers a path for awakening to the realization of oneness, open welcomes all people to embrace oneness as the truth of our being. Together, we see a world of love, peace, and abundance for all.
I will make a quiet place, a quiet place within my mind, and I will listen, Holy Spirit. I will listen. I will make a quiet place, a quiet place within my heart, and I will listen, Holy Spirit. I will listen. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still and know. I will make a quiet place, a quiet place within my life, and I will listen, Holy Spirit. I will listen. I will make a quiet place. I will make a quiet place. I will make a quiet place.
And in that quiet place in our hearts, please join me as we touch that essence of life that lives in and through and as us. That place that resides, the one power, the one presence, the one eternal peace, full of love, wisdom, beauty, intelligence, creativity, the all good of life. And as I let this recognition flow through my entire consciousness and in the very depths of my being, I know that I am one with this good, with this peace, with this love, with all that is, and it is one with me. And this is true for myself. This is true for each and every one of you. For we are each that individualized expression of that fullness of life. And I know for myself and for everyone here that we are all of this divine nature of peace, and that this peace now flows through our thoughts, our words, and our actions. All other thoughts dissolve as we rest in the peace that passeth understanding. And together we embrace this energy and vibration, and it reaches out to all beings everywhere. And standing in this vibration and this energy of the one, we remember the truth that there is only one power, one presence, one eternal peace everywhere. And I know that this eternal goodness in which we believe includes that peace that is found in the center of every storm, as well as the quiet of meditation. We turn away from all that is not peace, knowing that peace is all there is. And we expand our consciousness and contribute to a greater future for all. And I speak this word for the prayer request, knowing that the wholeness and perfection of the one power and presence is right where they are. Each is enfolded and held in the healing power of love, and the fullness of life is at hand. Each is guided and directed to a higher expression of life in each situation, full of vitality, joy, health, abundance, peace, and love of life. This service is blessed, and all who participate. We are blessed and uplifted by each shining light, by the music, the message, the camaraderie with each other, all of the volunteers that serve with hospitality, with the electronics, with the music, with everything. We are all one together in the fullness of this wonderful experience. And as I release this prayer, I am grateful for this truth and for this fullness of life that is ours now. And I say thank you for all that is given right here and right now, as I let go, knowing that this prayer is already unfolding the highest possible manner for each of us, as we join together and declare, and so it is.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go. Closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper.
Good morning. If there is something on your mind, some worries that are bothering you, some ways that you're just not feeling the fullness of that life of vitality internally, please leave your concerns in the prayer chest at the bottom of the stairs to the left, and the practitioner will do affirmative prayer on your behalf this week. If we would become as emotionally aroused over our ideals as we do our dislikes, we would ascend to the plane of our ideals as easily as we now sink to the level of our hates.
Amen.
Neville Goddard. And from Ernest Holmes, everything that is wrong in our experience, whether we call it pain, sickness, poverty, or unhappiness, is a denial of the allness of God.
Well, this next song comes to us from Barry Ebert of Mile High Church in Denver. And it has extra significance as our service continues on today. So maybe we can all pay a little extra attention to the story. We'll be grateful we did later. I have grown weary from all of this trying. My soul is still crying for something that's true. I know you can hear me. Sometimes I can feel you, and I know I'm the reason you're finding it hard to get through. 'Cause I've got my own little stories, and I build them around me like walls, but they just get in the way till I can't hear what you say when you call. So I will step aside, let your love move through me. My heart is open wide. I've been hiding so long, candle in the darkness, know that all you me, just waiting for the time I'd be still enough to hear your song. I've looked for the answers in people and things. I've tasted the heartaches that loving can bring. I've taken my chances, felt the fire when it touched me, and I know there's still music inside me to make my heart sing. So I'm laying aside my defenses, and I'm giving myself to the quest. 'Cause the song that you play when I get out of the way is my best. So I will step aside, let your love move through me. open wide, and my spirit is strong, a candle in the darkness. All in all, you knew me, just waiting for the time I'd be still enough to hear your song. You were just waiting for the time I'd be still enough to hear your song.
Well done, David. Thank you. So this next message comes to us from Reverend Barry Ebert from Mile High Church in Denver, for obvious reasons. Okay, let's enjoy.
Main reason we're here today is to look at a couple of pictures of my granddaughters. So they're coming up now, right here. There you go. Yeah. How about that? Yeah. And they're in the house here today too. I don't want to call them out, but we're going to see how much they make. How much they make it through this. You know, what's he doing up there, and why doesn't he stop talking? That's what they're thinking. But I'll be doing more of that now. But one of the things I wanted to talk to you about today, which just important to me, is our teaching, the science of mind and spirit. In this place, Mile High Church, which has meant so much to me. So I want to touch on that a bit today. And it's so good to see you all here at the perfect time. So, you know, a song that Jennifer just sang so beautifully, I Will Step Aside. I wrote that song when I was first learning about this teaching. I was in class called Science of Mind 1 with Dr. Roger, and just getting an idea of what this place was about. And he really leaned into a guy named Ralph Waldo Emerson. Some of you might have heard of him. Some of those people you were supposed to read in high school. And he really got into what an influence that Emerson was on our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes. And so I started reading Emerson and started looking up Emerson quotes and just tuning into it. And the one that stuck with me the most in the beginning, and you've heard this before, you've heard me say it before, but I want to jump here. It's from his essay called Spiritual Laws. And he says, let us acquiesce. Let us take our bloated nothingness out of the path of the divine circuits. Let us unlearn our wisdom of the world, and let us lie low in the Lord's power and learn that truth alone makes rich and great. That just stuck with me. Just such a beautiful thought, and it really hit me deep. And being a songwriter, I really struggled with getting something to rhyme with bloated nothingness. It just, I don't know, it didn't roll off the tongue. So what I did was I just came up with, I will step aside and let your love move through me. And that's what the song is about. It's just getting out of the way and allowing the deeper aspects of ourselves to come through and inform our thinking. And really, that's what our teaching is about. That particular thought right there from Emerson is that we are connected with something so amazing, so beautiful, beyond our wildest dreams. And we need to get our stuff out of the way so that can resonate through it, so we can hear ourselves, the deeper aspect of ourselves. And so that's what today is about, those divine circuits and getting in touch with the divine circuits. Because we've all got our stuff, don't we? Anybody here doesn't have stuff? So we got our stuff that gets in the way, and what we gather here for is on Sunday is to let go of that stuff, leave it at the door, and to go deeper, and to connect with those divine circuits. I've been rereading one of Ernest Holmes' book that I really love. It's called This Thing Called You. It's a smaller book, and I just love the way he takes some giant concepts and brings them down into a very personal level. Ernest Holmes grew up in the Northeast in Maine. He was one of 9 sons. Think about that for a minute. And so he was there in the early 1900s, and he never graduated from high school, our founder. Didn't have a lot of numbers or a lot of initials after his name. He grew spiritually because he was a voracious reader, and he wrote from that spot of the deep well that he'd gained from his reading. And Emerson was certainly one of the most influential people on Ernest Holmes. When it was time for Ernest Holmes to leave home, he went and visited one of his brothers, and his brother had Emerson's essays in his bookshelf, and Holmes started reading those. Things about spiritual laws and nature, circles, these great essays about the relationship between God and man and these huge, huge concepts. And Holmes finally came to realize he's talking about me. He's talking about me. And that's what this thing called You is about. This book is just about this connection, this big idea that we have here about the Creator who brought all things into being and who is alive now. It's alive in us, each of us. That's the good news that we celebrate here every Sunday. And so I've got some things from this thing called You that I wanted us to look at today. I wanted to start with these things, and as we put them up, I want you to remember that he's talking about you, okay? This is about you. Your soul belongs to the universe. Your mind is an outlet through which the creative intelligence of the universe seeks fulfillment. There is something within you beyond all doubt and fear, something which has never been limited by your acts or destroyed by your feeling. This is the only something that can make you whole. I love those thoughts, and now's the perfect time to do this work. The present moment is our point of connection with the one mind. Something I was reading this week from Eckhart Tolle. He said, recognize deeply that the present moment is all you have. Make the now the primary focus of your life. Make the now the primary focus of your life. Ernest Holmes, towards the end of his life, said, I think our teaching is going to be perfect for the 21st century. And I think it is. There's a lot of information coming at us. And I think that we can connect with this teaching. And as I move into the next chapter of my experience, I've been thinking a lot about how do I keep the divine circuits open in me? I know that the next chapter for me is going to be good. I know that it is. And so how do I stay open to that? Get my stuff out of the way and allow that Spirit to move through me. So one of the things I wanted to talk about today and just celebrate with you is this place and this teaching. It's meant so much to so many of us. So I wanted to touch on some of the points that I think are the most important about this teaching and how it's come through for me. And the first thing is to trust your intuition. Intuition in our teaching is defined as a spiritual perception, an immediate knowing and knowledge of reality arising from spiritual sources. I love that. We teach about intuition in our classes, we focus on it. And all of us have felt it. I think everybody here in this room has felt at some time a really strong hit of intuition where you knew what the right thing was. You could feel it. One of the things we talk about is that intuition surpasses the intellect. It's bigger than the intellect. It's bigger than the things that we're thinking about. It comes from a spiritual source. And we know it. We can feel it in our gut. We talk about that gut feeling when we know. All of us have had it. So we're here to develop that intuition. That's a big part of our teaching. And all of us have had that feeling also of intuition coming through to us as a warning. Like, I don't know if that's a really good idea. Has anybody ever had that? But then, like me, you went ahead and did it anyways, right? And then we attract into our lives where this spiritually known as the cosmic 2x4, which comes to us and gives us a more clear idea of really what direction we should be headed in. Has anybody else experienced that? Okay. So one of the things that I think that is so important about our teaching is to really honor intuition, is to really bring that to the front of our teaching, in the front of our awareness, because we're being seduced by the drama of politics, tribalism, and there are so many narratives that are coming at us from different places that the truth can be hard to find. But at a deeper level, we know what it is. At a deeper level, we know what's true. And I think one of the things we celebrate here is to connect with something deeper, to slow ourselves down and connect. This is what Holmes said about intuition. There is an intuition within you which already knows that you are one with good and that your destiny is certain. And you must listen to this intuition, for it is the voice of God in you. Trust your intuition. And the next thing is about building our consciousness. We're in the consciousness business here. Build your consciousness in community. This community, the reason I think it's so important is this is a place where we can grow together, where we can learn together and we can grow our consciousness. One of the things that I am so thankful for this place is it gave me an open-hearted and an open-minded environment that encouraged me to think, taught me how to think, but didn't teach me what to think. And I think all of us have felt that connection here in the classes and in the services. Just an opportunity to go deeper and to experience the presence of Spirit in our lives. And as Emerson said, to get ourselves out of the path of the divine circuits and to grasp the greater aspects of ourselves. You know, for the last couple of years, I've been hanging out in here on Sunday mornings. First, we had the COVID thing where we would come in here on Sundays and we would stand in this room and it was totally empty except for a light shining on us out there. And we would give our talks. And it's so good to be back together, isn't it? And I just love being in this room and with the people that are here and hanging out afterwards and talking. And I think one of the great dangers of spiritual communities now that we're experiencing is how politics seeps into what we're doing. And I think it's so important that this place is a safe haven from all that, because we want to go deeper than that. We want to go deeper than that here. We don't want to settle for the cheap drama of politics. We want to be connected with Spirit. And that's what's alive in this place right now. There is a vision that we have. Oneness revealed, a world of love, peace, and abundance for all. For all people. So I think you might have heard that there's a election coming up next year. They haven't put much emphasis on it yet. But there is so much political drama that's going to be coming at us. So much tribalism going to be coming at us. And there's so many things for us that are grabbing towards our attention. You know, we have data, we have fake news, we've got robots, we've got conspiracy theories, and now we're going to have artificial intelligence. And all these are reaching for our consciousness. And that's why this place is so important as a place to ground ourselves. Because what we're teaching about here is bigger than politics. One of the things that I love is that the story that's in the Bible, I get the opportunity to teach the Bible here. It's one of the great joys that I have. And one of the things that, there's a story in there about Jesus, and I picture him at a press conference. You know how people are always shouting things from the back at a press conference? And so this is in the Gospel of Matthew, and somebody shouts out, "Tell us what you think. Is it lawful to pay taxes to the emperor or not?" Tell us what you think. Should we be paying taxes to the emperor of Rome or not? This is one of the Pharisees from Jesus' tribe. And he knew it was a trap. Because if he said, no, you shouldn't pay taxes to the emperor, this was a pretty brutal time politically that Jesus was living in. We think it's tough now. Think of the time that he stepped into politically. So if he said, no, don't pay your taxes, that wasn't going to be a good thing for him. And if he said, yes, I think we should pay our taxes to the Roman government, then there's a lot of people in his tribe that were going to be very disappointed about that because they didn't like being a part of having the Romans over them. So this is what he said. Show me the coin. Show him the coin that you used to pay the tax. So they brought him the coin and says, whose face is on this? Well, that's Caesar's face. Caesar's the emperor. All right. He gives him the coin back and he said, let's give to Caesar, the emperor, the things that are Caesar's, and let's give to God the things that are God's. What a brilliant answer for that. And I think what he was saying was, the things that I'm teaching you are bigger than emperors and taxes and politics and all that. I'm teaching you how to be connected with God. I'm showing you how. And I think that's the opportunity that we have to remember as we move forward in the political time that we're in. That what we're teaching here, what we're working on here, is bigger than politics. It's more important. And there's a thing that I love that I say in my parenting classes all the time. There's a difference between acceptance and approval. There's a difference between acceptance and approval. It's very important when you're raising children, by the way. But it's important for coming to a place like this and realizing I might not approve of the person's politics who's sitting next to me, but they're accepted here, just like me. And it would be important for us to remember this story as we move forward. To do our work, to be good citizens, to be informed citizenry, but to be open to all people in this place. Does that sound like a good idea? Another thing we want to do is to be of service. As I step out of active duty here on 1 degree, I'm going to be moving into the Sacred Earth Ministry with Dr. Patty. And I believe that taking care of our sacred earth is not a political thing, but it's a spiritual thing. And so I'm so glad that our church has an initiative about sacred earth. And so we'll be moving into that even bigger. And I love that. Love that opportunity to serve. And, you know, I started out as a volunteer. Most of the people who come to this place find a place to volunteer. And I started out as a Sunday school volunteer. When our second son was born, Gabe, Stephanie stayed home with him for a while, and Jesse and I would come to church. And Jesse would go to the toddler room, and I learned how to become a Sunday school teacher. And it was great. That's how I wound up here today. Who knew? But but volunteering is really a way to connect with this community. So if you're new here, I highly encourage you to find a place to help. Find a place to help out, and you will go deeper in this teaching when you become a person who is of service in the world. We're going to pray together here, okay? So we just fall into our hearts. We open the divine circuits right now. And we connect with the power and the wisdom and the joy beyond our wildest dreams. And we allow that to move through us. There's a healing power right now that is alive in every cell of our body, each of us. No matter what we may be facing, we're not alone. I give thanks for that power. I give thanks for this amazing place and this amazing teaching. How it continues to be a lighthouse. Continues to shine its light in the world. So this is the perfect time. I give thanks for it. I give thanks for each one of you, for the difference that you make in the world. We are blessed beyond measure. Thank you, Spirit. So it is. Amen.
God, you are every mountain. God, you are every ocean. God, you are every canyon, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every morning. God, you are every midnight. God, you are every moment, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. God, you are every sunrise. God, you are every moon glow. God, you are every star shine, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every springtime. God, you are every snowfall. God, you are every season, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. 'Cause you are the very breath I breathe, and your perfect love created me. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you.
Okay, as the other ushers come forth, this is our time where we consciously participate in the law of circulation. So if you'll just take your gift, your tithe in your hand, and know with me that as I have received from the abundance of the universe, I let go, knowing that this moves through me and returns, knowing that it does good all around. And our affirmation:
God is lavish, unfailing abundance, the rich, omnipresent substance of the universe.
There's a song about each of us, the happy wanderer. I love to go wandering along the mountain track, and as I go, I love to sing my knapsack on my back. I'll read, I'll rock, I'll read, I'll rock, I'll read, I'll rock, my knapsack on my back. I love to wander by the stream that dances in the sun, so joyously.
blessings so abundantly are blessed as they go forth, blessing us, our community, and our universe. And so it is.
Page 2. All right. So I just wanted to mention, in case you were wondering, and I didn't mention before, Brenda and Roy are off on a little getaway off to the east to visit with Roy's mom, and we've been in touch with her this morning to give us a little help with our PA this morning. And all is well. She'll be home this evening, so yay. All right, so I'd like at this time to welcome anybody.
Hold it, let's all say hi to Brenda.
Oh,
1, 2, 3.
Cindy! Hi! Good idea, David. Yeah, how about that? I love the digital world, don't you? Don't you? Okay, so now I will welcome anybody that is here for the first time. Welcome to CSL. This is who we are, except Brenda's not here today and Roy's not here today, so we make do, and we're doing the best we can. And I really loved what Barry had to say about community, so thank you for being my community. All right, so don't forget that we have a prayer chest. It's located down in the lobby. Head down the stairs and to the left. It's a brightly painted box that has sheets of paper beside it. You can write your hopes, dream, wishes, and that sort of thing. And our dear practitioner Lou, who is trained in our technique of prayer, will provide her good energy on that for a full week. So don't hesitate to use that when things seem a little far out of your reach, or you just want some extra, as Brenda says, extra juju on that. Yeah, it's a great idea, and it has served me well personally over the many years. So our prayer chest. Also, don't forget to visit our bookstore. If you see something down there you're interested in, just find me, I suppose, or one of us that seems to be acting like they kind of know what's going on, and we'll help you out there, because I don't see Sally out here this morning. So, all right. And I think it's time to claim our good.
Can I say one more thing?
You may.
The people that don't get the newspaper, that don't know, we're celebrating Daddy's life on Wednesday this week at 3 o'clock here, with dinner to follow at my house afterwards.
So Wednesday,
everybody's invited.
this Wednesday, 3 p.m. and dinner to follow at Nancy's home, which if you come, she'll give you the address when you get there.
It's on the back of the.
Oh,
of the
perfect.
Over there, the program?
No.
Oh, at
on
when you
Wednesday.
come. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, sharing more community.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, here we go. I will not worry about things I cannot control. I am exactly where I am meant to be. I am safe and secure. I am rooted in the present moment. And so it is.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time.